today's episode of the Number 2 podcast, we are going to tell you all about our Thanksgiving with our families. We're going to discuss popular pop culture topics such as the Wicked movie, the sequel to Moana, Moana 2, and we may or may not have seen a musical in person at the Pantages. Stay tuned and we'll tell you which one. And our third topic will be about gay skills. You either got them or you don't. Fashionable, I am not. Stay tuned to the podcast. You don't have to tune a podcast. Damn it. What's up, friends? Welcome back to the Number 2 pod. I'm Glenn.
I'm Simi.
And this episode is going to be cinnamon pine cones. Welcome back to the pod. We missed you all. Our first topic is going to be recapping everything that happened during Thanksgiving. We have been putting out episodes, a lot of episodes, twice a week, and life got crazy and we gave ourselves a pass. So we know you guys missed the content, but some of those episodes are getting a little lazy, a little short in the edit. So we're back. We're working hard. We're just people. If you want even better quality content, there are so many affiliate links in the description of this video. You can click them. Eventually, money, it's like pennies, but money appears. And then we can use that money to, I don't know, maybe hire an editor or something. So if you're not really sure how podcasts work, that's how it works. We have no budget, but we're grateful that you're here and supporting us. In the spirit of Thanksgiving, we are grateful. How was your Thanksgiving, Simi?
Thanksgiving was very...
In one word, how would you describe Thanksgiving?
Delicious. With a Z.
Delicious.
Delicious.
Please spell delicious. I would say so. Yeah, I think it went really well. All things considered, I was working, you were working. It was like pretty chaotic from like the schedule and coordination. I feel like Thanksgiving's always a little chaotic, but it felt good. Good
I like
food,
when
good eats.
I get to just show up and the food's all ready, the food's all done, and the food is ready to be served.
Oh, yeah. 10 out of 10. Although you did cook. We always contribute.
I mean, I wouldn't really call it cooking.
We bring a dessert.
I made a dessert.
We won't tell you what the dessert is. I feel
like in the past episodes, we already said what it was.
So you'll have to go back and listen to them because we're not going to share our secret recipe. But if you want an award-winning simple dessert, oh my God.
We might put this recipe in
won't.
Patreon or something if we ever start one.
If we ever start one and people find
and
this
you have
episode.
to subscribe to get it.
It's like the easiest thing to make, but it is a crowd pleaser and it is a diabetes
Enhancer.
Guarantee. You're welcome. So skip the crumble cookie, even though we love crumble, and make this dessert. But yeah, I think that was a hit.
We had a niece's birthday as well around the same time.
There was a birthday.
Yeah.
A dino themed Festivus. I think it went well.
She turned 2.
Can you imagine turning 2?
Yeah, I've
in
did
this
it before,
economy.
and I remember every second of it.
What was the theme of your 2-year-old birthday?
Just kidding. I don't think I started having a memory until I was like 18.
I still don't have a memory. I'm memoryless.
Oh, yours hasn't started yet?
I haven't begun the memory process. Oh. When I saw Inside Out and Inside Out 2, I don't even know what it was about. Like, I don't have that.
Yeah, the station was just void.
There's no station. It's the station in my brain was designed by that woman on TikTok, Elegant Interiors.
Oh, shout
out to Elegant. If you're not following Elegant Interiors on TikTok, you're really missing out.
She's very informative.
She knows a lot. She adds colors.
She
places things.
She holds space.
She's holding space for decorating. 10 out of 10. Yeah, so there was a child's birthday. Turns out, I don't think they know what a birthday is. They're just like, I think, excited to eat cake. Which you don't lose that. Like,
and somebody decided to get her a crumble birthday cake.
Oh my gosh. If you are looking for a private party of one, it's $20. It's the best $20 you've ever spent. Crumble cookie. It's not all locations I've seen on the app, but it's like the majority of locations. You can order a $20 like mini 3-layer. It's essentially a funfetti cake. And it's incredible. I mean, I'm thinking about getting it right now.
Papa Mickey really enjoyed it.
Gone. Slice, gone. So good. It was good cake.
Yeah. Well, everyone else was getting their pies for Thanksgiving at Crumble.
We were crazy?
Getting a birthday cake.
So good. So happy birthday to my niece. So that was fun. And there was no major drama. Lots of like...
Is there usually drama?
There's usually drama. There's usually like somebody like stressed out for no reason. And you're just like, why are you stressed? Like we're literally just eating. No
Sometimes eating could be stressful.
It's not. They're all Geminis and they're like making it up.
Hey, I'm a Gemini.
What would you say are the biggest takeaways from Thanksgiving?
Well, I think being with family.
La familia.
Yes.
Madrigal.
We were with technically your family.
Does your family have an Encanto?
A house?
No, the Encanto I think is like a candle and a curse. Is there like a singular thing that holds your family together?
Madison.
Your niece.
Another niece.
No, before your niece. She's Madison's the linchpin holding your family together. Thank God.
No, I mean, my family has a lot of drama with each other because they're very passionate people. But at the end of the day, they're very, I think besides the little things, we're very close.
You guys are really close, but I think it's the drama that holds you closer. The drama is your Encanto.
Yes.
Like on your door.
Show.
Yeah, you should.
On the door, what should it be?
On your doors in the McManus Thieker house. There should be like, what would be on your door? I don't know.
It'd be like
some sort of Gemini like curse.
But I didn't say anything because I ain't the one to gossip.
I ain't saying anything, but I'm gonna tell you what I heard. That's crazy. It's true. And your dad would just be like in the master bedroom, like looking at the balcony, just like laughing, like taking it all in. And your mother would be like, I'm not involved. And then she'd be like in the basement, like, did you hear? Did you hear what I heard? The dog told me I'm dead.
Damn you, Scooby.
What's your family's biggest Thanksgiving tradition? If you had to pick one.
Separation.
Anxiety.
No, the biggest tradition is everybody eats their Thanksgiving dinner with mint sauce. It's this like mint concoction.
Your siblings do that too?
Yeah.
And your parents?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's this it's a British thing to where they put on, I think, a lamb dish, a lamb dinner. And it has like vinegar with mint, and it's like the sauce, and it's all mixed together.
The maker of the mint sauce, because it is not cheap. And if you want to sponsor us,
it's not cheap in the States. In England, it's like 99 cents.
Yeah. There's opportunity for mint sauce vinegar growth in the States because it's not, it's not stuffing potatoes, cranberry sauce, mint sauce. Like,
do you remember that one year when we didn't have mint sauce and we had to pull some mint from your sister's garden, and I tried to make my own?
Yeah.
Did not come out the same, but
you can't. You have to make it in England. It's you can't make it at home.
I don't know how they make it.
There's
but
no
it's
home
delicious.
recipe.
They used to sell it at Ralph's, but then I don't think it's sold enough in the States.
Weird.
So they got rid of it.
The Britons weren't buying it in Burbank.
Yeah.
That's a good tradition. My family's biggest holiday tradition, which was kind of lacking this year, shout out my family, is dips.
There was some, but there
could
have been more.
There was, we're in a health phase as a family, so the less cream cheese we're exposed to, probably the better, because once you begin, you can't stop, And there's really only one bathroom where we had Thanksgiving, so that's another issue with the change of Thanksgiving location hosts. But that being said, we're a dip family. Like, if you're unaware, I'm here to educate you. There are some families that are dip families, and there are some families that are not dip families. Recently, people have been doing like charcuterie boards. Like, that has become mass culture. It's like cheese and crackers, and it's like beautifully displayed. But that's new. You know what I mean? Like, people have been having cheese and crackers for a long time. My family, I think it's a Midwest thing. It's not just my family, but it's like extensive dips, sweet dips, cream cheese based dips, spicy dips. There was a buffalo dip this year. And then you pair it with Fritos, not sun chips. What are they? Wheat Thins.
Sun chips are amazing too.
Regular cheese and salami. You cut the salami this year. So there was cheese and salami.
Oh, they put the colored person to work this year.
We'll edit that out. Everyone had a role to play in the giving of thanks. Nobody made you buy the turkey. There was also ham. Anyway, Thanksgiving was a hit.
Are you a turkey or ham person?
I like both. I like everything.
I'm more of a ham person.
Really?
Like, I'll eat the turkey as long as there's ham.
My favorite part of Thanksgiving, which we didn't do this year, is the second plate. And then it's the third plate after the nap, which we didn't do this year. And then my very favorite part of Thanksgiving is the next day when you do like a Thanksgiving sandwich, where it's like the rolls with the turkey, with the cranberry, with the stuffing, with the potatoes, with the gravy, with the butter. We didn't do that this year. And it's like a turkey sandwich. So good. What happened this year Thanksgiving? Maybe I didn't have a good Thanksgiving. I don't know.
I think we're just getting older, a little bit more healthier. Our seconds are the second day nowadays.
I know, way too healthy. I don't know. It's interesting. Could have been more desserts. Always more desserts. I feel like I don't know if you've ever been to a Disney buffet. I know you have because I've taken you, but they do desserts really well because they make them so small that you can try all of them. I feel like Thanksgiving has some opportunity with the desserts. Don't you think?
I just think that my desserts are the best. One of the coolest things about having this dessert this year is having our niece, Mickey, try it.
Oh my God, our niece.
And she devoured it.
It was so good.
Yeah, she ate the whole thing, and there was a lot of it. And it's a kind of dessert to where like you want to keep eating it, but the more you eat it, the more of a belly ache you get because it's just
so
too
good.
much sugar.
10 out of 10. Regardless, thank you for putting up with our poor podcast producing prowess over the last 2 weeks, but we're back. And we promise we won't be distracted by this next holiday that's coming up, celebrating
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Anyway,
our Savior and Lord.
Thanksgiving. What's another name for Thanksgiving? Turkey Day.
Colonizer.
Appreciation experience.
Extravaganza.
Ornament.
Of the decade.
Projection
Keep going
show.
on.
Laser light.
And it will never.
Incredible.
End of the world.
Turkey lurkey time.
You're welcome. And sign language is important.
Do you think anybody's ever bought anything from the Pottery Barn? Yes.
Those
candles are so expensive.
Yeah, definitely candles.
Sorry, I was just thinking of fall decor. Like today we were walking in the outdoor mall in Pasadena and they have this store called Restoration Hardware. And it's like there's no customers.
And what hardware are you restoring?
Those the cloud couch is like $15,000. And I've never been to anybody's house that had one.
You just go and you get like a cloud couch dupe
on the TikTok shop. Our next topic of the week, we've seen a lot of entertainment lately. Most importantly, and there's been some hype on the pod talking about these things, but we finally saw the Wicked movie. And, we had booked our tickets to see it at a very specific theater as a family.
At a very specific time.
And date. And it turns out some people in the family did not need to abide by those rules and they needed to pre-see the film. And those individuals will remain nameless, but they are now known. I don't think all of them are known. The jury is still out, but people are pre-seeing movies even though they've been invited to see them.
Who is this person? And did they see it by themselves?
Yeah, I think both did.
Sometimes it's important to go to the movies by yourself.
You've never once, I've known you now for a long time, and you have never once gone to see a movie by yourself. I have seen countless movies by myself.
I have.
When?
It's just not been in the 10 years that we've been together.
Anyway, that being said, the justification on one part, I can't speak for the other party. They are still guilty. But do you care to explain yourself?
Well, I had never even seen the stage play or anything.
I mean, it's called a musical. It's not a play. Thank you.
And so I didn't really want to be surprised by anything or get caught in a crying sesh with your family sitting there with us. So I was like, okay, let me go see this first so I can get the crying out of the way because I heard that it's very emotional.
I'm sympathetic to that. I feel like you just wanted to know the plot.
I did. And beforehand, I was asking you a lot of questions like what happens here? What's going? Why is it like this? And who does this? And why are they like that?
This is like the most research that you've ever done prior to seeing a film.
I didn't know anything about it. And then I saw things on TikTok and I was like, wait, what? And I was like, oh, wow, this seems pretty interesting because it turns the Wizard of Oz upside down on its head. And you're like, oh,
yeah,
maybe some things are kind of like, mischievously different in this. And so, yeah, I was intrigued. Plus, everyone else was seeing it. And we had to wait till Thanksgiving to see it. And it came out way before Thanksgiving.
We share locations with each other, which I do not recommend. I'm going to unshare mine today because it's a toxic thing to have.
No.
I don't want to know. If I die in a field, I die in a field, whatever. But I was at work and I checked his location.
And I didn't answer my phone.
Just randomly, I checked his location. I was on break and I was like, I wonder what Simi's doing. Just like, I don't know. Maybe he's done something. I don't know. And it was like at a Chipotle on top of, like next to the AMC theaters. And I was like, he better be at Chipotle. And it turns out he was. Oh, and then when I finally talked to you, I said, did you see Gladiator 2? And he goes, no, I saw the Wicked movie. I was livid.
No, I just started laughing.
And then the whole time with my family, he's like, yeah, I wonder how it's going to be.
I'm an actor, okay?
Yeah. Anyway, the movie was really good. I hope you guys all went to go see it. I can't wait to see it again.
I was super sad that Dad didn't go with us.
I know. He would have loved it.
Yeah, Papa Mickey.
He was the champion babysitter.
Yeah, he was watching the kids. Why we went off and played. But yeah, wish he was there.
On a darker topic, I didn't want to bring this up on the podcast, but I feel like we should talk about it. I experienced something traumatic prior to seeing the Wicked movie.
Oh no! What happened?
I feel like it should be in the podcast because like we're reaching tens of 15s of people, and they should know if they have this situation. We were looking for parking. Cover your ears. Cover your ears. If you're
I never want to relive that again.
If you're sensitive, then cover your ears at this part because this is meant to be like a warning.
Trigger warning.
Not to tell you a really bad story, but we were looking for parking and there was a Tesla with both car doors open just in the middle of the road, kind of blocking traffic in a busy mall.
So we're like, ooh, that's weird.
Like,
what's going on?
that's weird. Like, what happened? Did the Tesla malfunction? Did it run out of battery? Like, whatever. But the lights were on. The vehicle was on, literally on. So we were turning. And it was like we were making a left turn basically around a building from the backside of a giant retail store. And in front of us, and there's a million cars, by the way, there's two people running at cheetah speed. I mean, I've never seen two people run so fast. And then in front of them is a dog having
like a small little white dog.
Yeah.
Could have been like a
terrier or could have even been smaller.
It was fast though. They could not catch up with
this
thing.
Dog was having the best day of its life. Until, now cover your ears, it ran into the street. And it's a busy road. Like people in this area have somewhere to be, even though they shouldn't be speeding on that road. And let's just say it didn't go well. I'm not gonna describe it to you.
Hustle and bustle. No, yeah. I'm gonna describe it.
Okay.
Because
it was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life.
So this dog, just like, they're running after it. And then we see it. And then the whole time Glenn's like, don't look. And I'm like, don't look at what? I see it and I'm like, oh gosh, and when something like that happens, you just have hope in your heart.
Yeah.
Hope that this thing is going to turn out great. They're going to get the dog.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the dog just runs out into the street. And the owner, it was a guy and it was a girl. The guy was on the left hand side of the street. The girl was on the right hand side where the dog was running. As soon as the dog hits the road, he starts waving his hands to stop cars.
And the cars are moving fast.
Yeah, it's a holiday hustle and bustle.
Yeah,
people are going places.
It was bad.
And then we see some graphic stuff.
It was, yeah.
Where it was just bad. And then at one point I see a dog doing an air cartwheel.
Multiple air cartwheels. I mean, it was horrible. It was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. It was
tragic. And I mean, I just felt so bad for the owners just because they have to witness this in front of them while everyone else is witnessing it as well. And then I just see the guy just throw up his hands, put his hands behind his head, and he's just like in disbelief.
He's just in disbelief walking away.
And then we're horrible. In the car just OMGing left and right.
I mean, it was bad. It was like...
Luckily, your mom and your sister in the back were like, when you said don't look, they didn't look.
Let's hope. I mean, it was horrible. Anyway, that being said, like, if you have a dog...
And if that was you and
if that was you, like...
Listening to this podcast, I'm so sorry for your loss. Or maybe there wasn't a loss. Maybe, this dog is a super dog and he's fine. That's what happened. That's what he's fine. What happened. He was fine. He had to go to the vet.
The vet for some.
He survived.
Yeah, sure.
Better that way.
Sure, he did. Anyway, if you have a dog, put it on a leash because we are now hypersensitive. We've been hypersensitive to this because we've lost a dog in our family, not our dog, to a coyote, which is common in California, Arizona, Nevada. Which obviously like accidents happen. It's horrible. It's never intentional. Like you would never want your animal to be hurt. But like
Yeah.
even in our building, people walk dogs constantly without leashes, and they just let them do whatever they want outside. And then there's bigger dogs, there's pit bulls, I follow on like the next door thing. Like people are posting videos every day, and it's like next door of giant coyote packs, and it's like the owners are just on their phones, and it's like, that's your dog. You have to protect it. But anyway, that's not what this podcast is about. Just take care of your dog. Put it on a leash. This dog was not on a leash. It obviously jumped out of the car.
Speaking of leashes, sometimes you have to put your children on leashes.
Next topic. The other thing we recently saw, which I highly recommend, and I don't think we've talked about this on the podcast, but we're obsessed with Polynesian culture. I'm not Polynesian, but Similion is. He is Polynesian.
I guess I have to be obsessed with it.
Yeah. And if you've never been around a Polynesian person, which like I had a couple Polynesian friends growing up, and I never really noticed that they're obsessed with talking about it and bringing it up constantly.
Who's obsessed with it and talking about it and bringing it up constantly?
Well, it's like you don't realize it, but then
I do.
You do. Yeah.
No, I feel like you bring up my culture more than I do.
I do it as much as you do.
Especially since Moana 2 came out.
Anyway, Moana 2 is out.
Who's listening to audiobooks trying to learn how to speak Samoan?
I'm just trying to open...
Insert clip.
...my brain.
Sunglasses.
Watatiwata. Talofa. What's our new favorite phrase?
I don't know. It's your favorite phrase.
Masi.
Oh my God, that's racist.
No, that's what the word is.
No,
it's like...
not.
I don't
know. I feel like at this point you know more Samoan than I do.
I'm working on it. Anyway, Moana 2 is really good. The songs are good. The movie's amazing. Highly recommend. Apparently it's making more money than the Wicked movie, which I understand because people love Moana.
I find it crazy that people were talking smack about it, and we watched it.
So
I get that it's a little darker than the first one.
Dark.
Those certain parts,
yeah.
And I see how it could be like a little scary, but there's a lot of children movies out there that
like especially Disney movies.
And it was so good.
What's your favorite part?
My favorite part is when Moana got her tatau on her
Don't spoil it. Oh, spoiler alert.
You just asked.
You should say the end.
Why? Because it was over?
No, just the end part. And you can...
I like the middle, the beginning, middle, and end.
I'm convinced there's a theory that this has opened the Polynesian cinematic universe.
Oh, gosh.
Now that Maui has raised the island to all the cultures. We're going to be seeing Moana spinoffs.
There's going to be like a multiverse, all crazy.
Yeah, there should be.
No, but it's funny to me because it obviously has like my sister's name, Moana. And then her little sister is Simia.
And your name's Simi.
And I'm Simi. And I'm like, what the? Matangi is my uncle. And I heard Vasa in there, which is my auntie.
Maybe they need more names in Polynesia.
No, there's a lot of names. But I was just like,
maybe you should
is kind of weird.
Sue them for copyright.
Yeah, right. I mean, a lot of people jock my family anyway. So whatever. Just kidding.
It's really good. My favorite was when they added a character that looks identical to Nicole Scherzinger. Gave her a song about bats that has nothing to do with it. I hope she comes back.
She's a goddess.
She's a goddess. I think she's a demigod.
Yeah, goddess.
So good. Highly recommend. Anyway, did you guys see any movies over Thanksgiving?
One more before we end this juncture.
Oh, we also saw, it was a family event.
To
The Future.
Past, present, and...
The musical. We went to go see a show at the Pantages as a family. This is our new tradition, I guess. We saw Hamilton once. Okay, so it's the second year of the tradition. And
excuse me.
It was a musical. It happened.
I mean, I liked it. It was the stage version of the movie.
The special effects were good. The sets were cool.
Yeah.
There was definitely singing.
There was...
The chorus or the ensemble was like really trying to make us get our money's worth.
Yeah.
Given the material.
Talented. There was only one song, though, that really spoke to me.
Which one?
The one in the middle.
There's one in the middle that's pretty emotional. It's like about dreaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 10 out of 10. That was good. Anyway, we saw it. If you don't go see live theater, you don't know what we're talking about. So I highly recommend you find a tour or something.
The effects were really good with the car.
So cool.
The DeLorean.
Yeah, we loved it.
So yeah, go see it.
Go see it.
If you
And
can.
if you are entering the Wicked Lottery in Los Angeles and you win,
Don't tell people about the lottery. I'm trying to win the lottery, and you're telling everybody to
DM
join
me.
it.
The odds are against you. People know
But if
about
you
the
win,
Wicked Lottery.
can I be your number 2?
Thank you. Our third topic is a little controversial. Our third topic is a little controversial. We wanted to talk a little bit about gay skill stereotypes. People often think that gay people are naturally good dressers, or that gay people chose to be gay, or that gay people
are interior designers,
or gay people
designers
are naturally extroverted or gossipy, or gay people are sassy and promiscuous. These are stereotypes, because if you have ever seen me dress, I do not know what I'm doing. And I also do not care. I would wear a tech vest from Old Navy from the 90s because it's comfortable.
Yeah.
And that's a stereotype of lesbians, which I am not one.
I think we just wish that we were more stylish. We wish we had more...
Abercrombie and Fitch, if you want to sponsor this show, I mean...
We're Abercrombie and Fitch boys.
I'm willing to shoot the content.
I mean, past 2010.
Yeah.
Pre-2010, it's like...
What would you say your best gay skill is? Dancing? Not all gay people are good at dancing.
It would be dancing, I guess. Yeah.
No, you're just naturally talented at dancing. That's not even really a gay skill.
I mean...
You can cut hair. That's a gay skill.
Yeah.
Although a lot of straight women can cut hair. Well, they try to.
I feel like I'd be good at makeup. I've never done makeup, but I feel like my artistic skills would just...
Which is, it's essentially painting.
Yeah. I feel like it's blending and painting, and I want to try it one time. If there's any sponsors out there who want to give us makeup, I'll make up.
No, thank you. And if there's any makeup influencers out there that want to partner with Simi's spinoff channel, we'll put our P.O. box below.
I don't know. I feel like it's one of like my toxic traits where I feel like I'm going to be good at something. Like I've never snowboarded or skied, but for some reason in my head, I feel like, oh, that's a cinch. Like if I ever did it.
The problem I have
not that easy.
with makeup is, in most things, is anything you have to do every day consistently.
The women who have to put on makeup
every day, like I own a face wash. It exists in my apartment. Can I tell you how long I've had it? You know what I mean? Like I shower.
Oh, you tried to throw out face wash the other day, and I took it out of the garbage.
Decided
I was
this
done.
Is
a full like, what is it called? Bottle of like face cleanser, and I'm like, you're throwing it away just because you haven't used it in a long time.
I just decided I'm never going to use it, and it's just taking up space. I'm just clearing out the junk for the new. I cannot do it. So the fact that people wake up in the morning, I mean, when you think about the commute in Los Angeles, the commute to get to work, and then those people are getting up. I mean, it has to take an hour. Plus they're showering. You're getting up 4 hours before work just to put foundation and some blush on. You know what I mean? Like, holy
I feel like men should do that more often, but obviously toxic masculine.
A lot of men at my job, my hourly job, wear makeup, and I look at them and you can tell they're wearing makeup. When you see women, like a lot of the time you can't tell the difference. So I don't know if that's skill or
just... I haven't gotten the skill of like how to blend properly, probably like a primer or something like that.
I mean, no idea. I mean, when I walk into a Sephora, like, you know what this stuff is. I just see like, you know, when you like open a box of crayons and it's just like, they're just crayons. Like,
yeah,
it just looks the same. Like, that's what it looks like to me.
So fun fact is I watch tons of makeup tutorials by different creators. And for some reason, it's soothing for me. And I think it's because when I was young, I'd sit on the toilet when my mom was in the bathroom doing her makeup, and I would just watch her do her makeup.
Yeah.
So it's like almost like a nostalgic thing for me. But at the same time, it's very artistic too. And I'm like, I feel like I could do that.
Well, you're a very creative person, so it's right up your alley.
One time, Glenn bought me a sewing machine for Christmas. It was like $150 sewing machine. It was a Singer. And I just started YouTubing, and I like started sewing stuff.
Yeah, you're the king of YouTube University, learning how to do things. Like, that's a skill set I don't have.
Yeah, because I thrift store shop a lot. And so shirts are really, and sweaters and tops basically are easy to get. But when you try to get pants, especially pants that you like, and you're like, oh, those are dope, I want to get those. And they're either like I don't know, they're too long, so you got to cut them, but then you can't hem them because you didn't have a sewing machine or whatever. So a sewing machine is very good for those types of little
So
alternates.
you have a lot of gay skills.
Now that I think about it, but I feel
makeup, sewing.
I don't even know if I could do makeup though. I've never done it, but like I feel like I could be. I'm thinking in my head just because I watched those.
Could, yeah.
But it's probably hella hard. I don't know.
Yeah.
Glenn and I recently got sick. It's that time of the year.
That's our other gay skill. If you've never been a gay person,
how's being sick a gay skill?
It's a gay skill because this is what I need you to know, and this is also a stereotype.
My God.
When you're gay,
canceled.
Well, no, I'm not canceled because straight people can get it too. But when you get sick as a gay person, even though you haven't done anything, and let me tell you, I have not done anything, you think you have AIDS or HIV. Like,
no, I never think
I always do. I always do because of society and culture and Rent, the musical. Anytime I get sick, and then I'm too
because
scared.
I grew up in the 80s.
And I'm too scared to go to the doctor because I know that they're going to like hear me speak. And I'm like a little flamboyant. And then they're going to be like, have you thought about having an HIV
because
test?
It's a livable disease now. You can get treated for it.
It's still horrible.
It's bad to have like
but I'm
anything,
just saying like straight people don't think about that. You know what I mean? Like they don't get a cold and they're not like.
I mean, I don't think
they
like
should because
unless I was like promiscuous. Yeah, that would be like something to think about. But
it's just triggering.
Yeah.
And they ask you at the doctor too. They're like, have you? And you're like, no. They're like, well, we should test anyway. It's like they don't believe you. And you're like,
they're like, shut up, slut. Get over here and
they're
test.
like, we know you're not on PrEP. And you're like,
What's PrEP?
You're like, I can guarantee you, unless I like sat on some needles at the park. Like, anyway, that's the reverse of a gay skill. That's
isn't PrEP
gay trauma.
Isn't PrEP like steroids or something?
No, it's
like PrEP.
It's like a molecule.
Or you were getting PrEP for a competition.
PrEP, I think
for some reason it reminds
HIV
me of like
prevention. Oh, people prepare for fitness competitions. Yeah.
Okay.
They say like I'm in PrEP.
Anyway, you gays out there, educate yourself. All right.
I think they're educated.
Nah, for sure.
But nah, for sure.
Nah, for sure, bruh.
Can I get my co-host back? I don't know who the fuck that is.
So yeah, we got sick and I'm on antibiotics right now because I got like a nasal infection and a chest infection of like, I don't know.
You've been sick for like 2 weeks.
Yeah. I had this cough. My voice has changed now, but we're getting better. We're on the mend.
Unless we have to film an in memoriam next week.
R.I.P.
Who will sing for my in memoriam? Celine's booked.
You went to school for musical theater. You better sing at my memoriam.
What would I sing?
The bass. Just be like,
Mama told radio. Like whatever from Moana.
You learn all the words.
I could do it.
I know you could.
I could Charlize Theron that shit.
Anyway, Glenn got better real fast, and
I think I'm getting sick again.
Again?
It's like I feel respiratory challenges.
We need to just go for like a hefty hike. Just clear everything out and start hawking.
Why is your solution for everything a hike?
Hikes fix me for some reason. We go on that LA hike, whether it's Fryman.
Painful, rigorous exercise there is.
A hike will let you know if you're in shape.
You'll be
or
like,
not.
I'm having really bad back problems. He goes, let's go for a hike. You're like, no.
I threw my back out to where I couldn't even move. I couldn't barely walk. And I went for a hike
But you couldn't walk and you were able to hike?
Well, it got a little bit better over time, but it was still hurting. So then I went on a hike and, with a hike, you have to engage a lot of things that you're not usually engaging when you're walking on a flat surface, when you're going up on a steep like hill. And it fixes my back. If you have back problems, sciatic stuff, try and hike and work that back out. And I'm telling you, it works for me.
This podcast brought to you by
Fitness.
Chiropractorism. Is a chiropractor a real doctor? No one knows.
They are.
Why do I have to come back 13 times and lay on your machine?
Because how else am I going to get your insurance to pay all this money to my business?
America.
Capitalism.
Anyway, this has been another episode of the Number 2 Pod.
I hope you had fun because I sure did.
Just try to eat it. It looks like an ice cream ball. God, I could go for some ice cream. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.